Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Emiliana, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. January 2025 is coming to an end. This video is all about books, just straight books. I read a couple this month, some on my Kindle, some in person. I also DNF'd one book. I will get into the reasoning for that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get on with this video. I'm so excited to give you guys all of my reads and my ratings. Ah! So I have all the books right here on my lap. It's a big stack. Not only am I going to be giving you guys my reads for this month, but also my spring TBR starting with February. But we'll get into that later in the video. The first book that I read in 2025 was The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. I gave this book, I believe, a 4.75. It was a high rating for sure. This book is a dark romance book, so please check your trigger warnings. It is based in a college somewhere, in kind of like the Midwest area. At least that's what the vibes were. This is a continuation for the Lords series. It's kind of a standalone series, but like an interconnected standalone. Like you don't need to read the first one to read this one, but I highly recommend it because this book, and I'm assuming all the other books are going to have characters from each book, so you kind of know who's who, but you don't necessarily have to. Spice level, I give it a 5 out of 5 chili peppers. This book was straight spice, and then the plot was basically a subplot, which I don't mind usually, but I wish the plot thickened a little sooner than it did. But it was really good. So if you guys like stalker romance and dark romance, this book definitely for sure. The next book I read straight off the bat, I was so excited for, is Playing with Piper by Lola Knox. This book was the first 5-star of the year. Like, it's so good. It's a novella. From the author's TikToks, it looks like Blade and Piper, which is the main characters, the MMC and FMC in this book, looks like she's gonna give him a series. And I'm so down for that. I loved their banter. I loved their relationship. Um, in a way, it's kind of second romance, but it's not heavy on that. Um, the quote that I can like vividly remember, and kind of spoiler warning, um, is when Blade, like the start of the book, when he woke up from his little coma, he said, "Where's my girlfriend?" The fact that he like just wanted to be with her instead of worrying about like what happened to him. Golden Retriever man, but with a little bit of a stalker romance trope, at least in the beginning. Definitely recommend revenge arc for the both of them. So, stalker romance, revenge arc. If you like that, read this. This is also a dark romance erotica. So, if you're into that, this is your book. And again, it is so good. First 5-star. We had 2 5-stars this month, and it's by the same author. But this is one of them. 10 out of 10 recommend. I love this book. I will die on a hill for this book. This book was so good. Like, not even kidding. All right. So the next book I read, it was on the Kindle, but it was on the Kindle app because I did not have my physical Kindle. It was Cupid's Cocktail by Lola Knox. this is again a neurotic short story, just like Playing with Piper. This was the second 5-star read of the month. This book is so good. If you like, I wouldn't say he's unhinged. Let me think of a good description. I'll be right back. If you like kind of unhinged, but also protective, that's the MMC in that book. His name is Warren. Um, he gets protective over the FMC Lila very quickly. He becomes very obsessive. It's insta romance, like insta love. So that's another one of the tropes. It's also in a bar tent, like in a bar. Um, I think this place took place, like this bar was placed in Texas. Warren is described to have a southern twang to him, and I don't know, at a dive bar, southern twang, it kind of just gives Texas vibes. Um, and I mentioned it, and the author hasn't said anything of it being wrong. So maybe that's what she imagined. Um, but this was an ARC read, by the way. I'm going to be posting my official rating on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts and on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. But right now, all I'm going to say is that this book was a 5-star. The spice, 5 chili spices. I forgot to say the spice level for Playing with Piper, 5 as well. Read the trigger warnings for all of these books. Yeah, those were the 2 5-star reads, and I will die on a hill for both of them. Just like Blade and Piper, hopefully are getting their own miniseries. I hope Warren and Lila get their own miniseries. I don't know what the plot was or would be, but I hope, because oh my god, so good. This book comes out, I believe, February 10th. So go get it. I believe it's going to be on KU, on Kindle Unlimited. I would have to check if it is. I'll like put the KU release date. But yes, please go read Lola Knox. Amazing author. The next book that I read after Playing with Piper and after Cupid's Cocktail was Cross My Heart by Roxy Sloan. This is part of the Oxford Legacy series. This is based in Oxford. It's kind of a revenge arc story. She's trying, or not revenge, avenge. It's an avenge arc. The main character, I don't remember her name. Give me 1 second to find her name. The FMC's name is Tessa. She is trying to, it's kind of like a murder mystery. She is trying to find who caused her sister to commit suicide. So it's kind of an avenge arc. The MMC, his name is Saint. He is a professor, so it is a professor-student love trope as well. All I can picture in my head is some like buff dude in like a button up with like the buttons up top like unbuttoned to show a little bit of the chest. He gives seduction vibes. That's really all I can say about him. He seemed nice, and I had a theory that was very obvious in like the second chapter, and I thought, like, continuing the book, that it wasn't like true, like my theory wasn't correct. But then at the end of the book, my theory was correct, and it had me on the edge of my seat. The rating for this, however, is going to also be a 4.75. The only reason is because I wish there was it was less obvious. I wish that the theory and the ending was less obvious in the beginning, because yeah, it was really obvious. Other than that, though, I really liked the book. Spice level, I would say maybe like 3.5, closer to 4 chili peppers. Actually no, 3.3.5 chili peppers. It wasn't that spicy. There's like spicy moments, but it wasn't that spicy. So if you like muted spice with professor student trope and a little insta lovey, this is your gal. Other than like the what's it called, the ending being quite obvious, Tessa and Saint, they're a decent couple. The FMC and the MMC, they're decent. I'm looking forward to read the second book. I'm like genuinely excited. The next book is the book that I DNF'd. Um, I will say, I will preface, I did read the trigger warnings and I misinterpreted said trigger warnings. So this was 100% on me, not on the author. Maybe eventually I will get to her again, but for right now, I'm going to stay away from it. It was Deviant by Ellie Sanders. This book is very heavy on the trigger warnings. So for sure, definitely read, double read, do your research on the trigger warnings for this book. Because it gets quite heavy. The FMC, I don't remember her name. Give me 1 second. So the FMC Liliana, she is a reporter, like a news reporter. This is also based in, I believe, the UK. Just like cross my heart. I don't remember exactly where. I think it might have been London. She is a reporter and she got a lot of information on a secret society. So this is a dark romance secret society trope. And from what I see, like from what I read off the plot, basically the secret society doesn't like that she got information on them and is torturing her. Um, basically, like point blank, basically, I don't know what the rest of the book is because I did DNF it. It was just too hard on some of the tropes, or not the tropes, the trigger warnings. So I did not want to continue reading it, so I DNF'd it. Hopefully, in the future, I can get back to her and read her. But for right now, I'm not going to. I read it between like the physical copy and the Kindle copy because she's a thick book. But sometimes the thickness of the book doesn't really bother me. I just didn't want to lug around a big book, so I use my Kindle. But yeah, there's nothing much I can really say about this book. It takes a lot for me to DNF a book, and yeah, this was one of them that I unfortunately DNF'd. The next book is the book that I'm technically currently reading, and I know we only have 2 days left in January, the first month of 2025, so it's going to carry over into February. I had it in my bag, and the bookmark fell out of the bag, and I lost my place. So now I have to restart it, which is fine. I'm starting February off with end of January, beginning of February. I'm starting it off with a dark romantasy. I'm so excited to get into it because fantasy books, dark romance. Put them together, dark romantasy. Sounds like a match made in heaven. It is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. She is also the author, I believe, of the Shadow and Bones series. I watched the show, amazing show. So it makes me want to read the books, but I'm excited for that. I got so excited when I opened the book. There is a map in the like first couple of pages of the book, and this book is based on Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut. And if you do not know me, I was born in Connecticut. So to see that this book is based in a school in my birth state made me so happy. I don't know why. It just made me really happy. made me prideful to represent the state that I was born in. But I can't really say much on this book, besides it being third person. From what it looks like, it is third person. The FMC is Alex. I don't know if there is an MMC because I started it a couple of days ago and then lost my spot. So who knows? But I'm excited to read this. I'm also currently filming a different YouTube video of replacing my phone usage, like screen time usage, into reading. And I have 6 hours and 42 minutes of reading. So this is definitely going to be the book for that. I also am getting a tattoo tomorrow, so I have it on my Kindle, bringing my Kindle, going to be reading it there. I'm just so excited. Okay, now on to the portion of doing the TBR of spring, like spring TBR, February TBR, just all of that. I have 3 months for spring. So this spring TBR is gonna go hard. We're gonna start it off with continuing the last book off of the January TBR besides Ninth House, Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I saw this book all over TikTok. It seemed really interesting. I believe it's a dark romance, but I know it's fantasy as well. And also, I'm excited for this book because it's my zodiac. I'm a Gemini, and this book I think is based off of the Gemini zodiac sign. So I'm here for it. I can't say much about this book because I haven't read it, so I don't know what the like the rating will be. I also forgot to mention the rating for Deviant. Since I DNF'd it, I think I'm gonna give it a 1.5. And the spice, there is spice in it, but it's not good spice. By that I mean it's the trigger warning spice. So I'm gonna give it a 2 as well, just because it's not the type of spice that I like. Ninth House, from what I have read, so far I'm giving it a 3.75, and we haven't gotten to any spice, so I don't know if there is spice. So for right now there's 0 chili peppers, but you know, that's okay. But yes, so this is going to kick off after Ninth House for the February TBR. After Ninth House and after Zodiac Academy, I'm going to be kind of buddy reading with 2 of my friends. We're going to be reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've heard the stuff about it. I like Hunger Games. I read Red Queen when I think it came out when I was in middle school. I think I read it then. I don't remember much of it, so I would probably have to read it again. But I do love Hunger Games, and so I think I'm going to enjoy that book. I'm excited to read that book. So after Powerless, the next book is going to be Flawless by Elsie Silvers. I've heard so much about the Chestnut Peak series. It's a cowboy romance. I have never read anything cowboy romance, so I'm excited to read a new genre. The cover looks so pretty. Like, it's just so sleek. The flower, I believe that's a bull. The little reins, or like what looks like a whip or something. I don't know. I've heard so many great things about this. This is like, I'm hoping this is a 5-star read. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe the first 5-star read of the spring, like TBR. Maybe the first 5-star read of February. Who knows? I'm excited for this book. After Flawless by Elsie Silvers, the next book I'm wanting to read is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've heard good things about this. This is a YA fantasy, so I'm excited to get into YA. It seems really cool from what I've seen, like reviews and stuff on TikTok and Instagram. So I'm excited for this. That's really all I have to say. It's not an expected read, but it's definitely a read that like seems cool. And finally, to end this video and to end the February TBR list, it is going to be Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This is the Souls trilogy. I've seen so many reviews of this book, mainly by Jade Kylie Lou. She's another booktuber that I watch. Um, I I've seen so many say that this book is so good. This is another expected read for me, like that I really hope I enjoy, that I'm hoping is a 5-star, also with Flawless. I'm just excited. Like the cover, she's so pretty. The way that the like over here the where it says Soul Trilogy Book 1, like the way it just glimmers. Oh, and like just everything about this cover makes me so happy. Like, oh, I'm so excited for this book. I'm really excited. Like that's all I can say. Yes, that ends today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me talking just all books up to my what I read in January to my February/spring TBR. I'm so excited. Like it just makes me so happy that I have a space that I can talk about books and just things that bring me joy. Uh, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.